Oke, saya mulai. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Selamat pagi, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So this is official. I'm opening the session for today's meeting. This is our first meeting of Human Computer Interaction course, or in bahasa we call it interaksi manusia komputer. Since this is an international integrated program, so I need to deliver the materials in English. But I think it will be beneficial also if later I can make it bilingual. Mungkin akan saya selakan gitu bahasa Inggris, kemudian saya terjemahkan. In case ada beberapa vocab dan saya khawatir bahasa Inggris saya kurang bisa ditangkap dengan baik, sehingga mungkin saya juga perlu akan translasi sedikit. Oke, mohon bantuan untuk teman-teman. Please mark your attendance by give me a moment. Wait, so I think gonna start broadcasting my full iPad screen. Here we go. Please mark your attendance accordingly. This is the code. You may scan it with your phone or enter the code manually. 108041. Do you feel cold? Right? Is it okay? Or you need to make it higher temperature? Because I'm frozen here because I'm just right under the. Is it fine for me to increase the temperature a bit? Or not? Oh, it doesn't work. Disaster. So I'm gonna just standing here instead of sitting on the chair. Are you done? Okay. Stay. Okay. Let me ensure that all of you have marked your attendance. Oh, why there are now 5 students? This morning at 7 a.m. it's still 5, and then now 6. Danindra, are you here? You need to go to your dosen wali.
Yes, because
okay, the same IUP class.
yes,
Oh, also in your study plan, in your FRR, and in your FRS, is it impossible for you to pick 2 courses whose the schedule is the same? Is it? I've never tried it actually. So I don't know the situation. So okay, so you choose this human computer interaction course, and what is another one? Text mining. And how's about the text mining? You should attend that.
yes.
So how? Sebagai teori atau sebagai dasar teori? Oke, baik. Bagaimana? Oh. Atau mau kita ganti jadwal? Kalau mau ganti jadwal ya minimal harus sepakatan. Kalau ganti jadwal, saya perlu cek dulu ya kosong saya kapan. Next time on grafika interaksi and games, Giga, lab Giga. Just right above this this room, but on the second floor. I'm sorry, on the third floor. You need to take the stairs twice. Mm, if you want, we can make it Tuesday at 1 p.m. Is it fine for all of you? Give it a check on the schedule. You have class. Okay. You also have class. How is about Wednesday? Wednesday, like afternoon. 1 p.m. is okay for me. 3 p.m. is okay for me. Which one? Both of them. Both of those is fine. Are fine for you. Wednesday.
Yes, I don't have one lesson.
Or only morning class. So let's then continue from your morning class to the afternoon, which is fine for two of you. How is about three others?
I'm also fine with that.
But is this also okay for you? How is about you?
I have class at 3.
At 3 p.m. That's fine. We will finish before 3. I will make sure that we finish before 3 so you can join the next class. How is about you? So let's move to the Wednesday 1 p.m. Actually, it's possibly that I'm gonna have some regular meeting, but maybe up to I'm not quite sure for now. Wait. Usually, but it's not on schedule. Wait. I need to think again. You cannot make it on after 3 p.m. right? So you have class already. Wait.
If you change because sir, my schedule I have a class with the next one, so I change to 3 jam 3 jadi saya
Oh,
iya bentroknya itu hari Rabu itu jam 3 cuma kalau misalnya bapak pindah yang hari ini yang jam 7 ini berarti saya ikut ini bisa jadi jam 3 kosong.
oh, I see. Jadi kalau ini kita ganti, kamu bisa ambil yang seharusnya juga ada jam 7 sekarang. Kuliah yang lain gitu kan. Gitu maksudnya, benar. Jadi yang jam 3 hari Rabu itu akan kamu ganti dengan kuliah lain yang hari ini. Yang sebelah ini. Oke, sih sama dengan dia.
Iya.
Gitu ya. Berarti kelasnya Budiana. Kamu ambil kelasnya Budiana juga, tes money. Iya, yang jelas kelasnya pagi ini.
Iya, pagi.
Jadi nggak akan ada yang kelas jam 3.
Iya, jadi bisa.
Oh ya udah, kalau begitu kita ubah jam 3 gimana? Tapi jadinya kamu punya gap. Kamu kan kelas pagi itu kan. Terus siang kosong, sore kesini lagi nggak apa ya?
Jam 3
Rabu.
Rabu juga pagi.
Is it fine for you?
Rabu.
Jam 3, oke. 3 atau setengah 4 lah. Saya butuh sholat asar dulu. Ya, mungkin sekitar setengah 4 mungkin. Tapi kita biasanya ya sebisa mungkin jam 3. Saya pokoknya habis sholat asar langsung ke kelas. Ya, jadi kita schedule itu jam 3 karena saya mending kita segera selesai karena besok Ramadan itu kan pasti cari buka semua. Jam 5 harus segera pulang. Ya, maksud saya seperti itu. So is it fine if we move to Wednesday 3 p.m.? Deal, right? Is it okay for all of you?
Yes. Oh, the best.
In laboratory. Yeah, laboratory. Okay. So let me change the schedule for next week. Starting from next week, gonna need to switch this. Iya, betul. Ya, tapi masalahnya tadi itu dia tadi itu nggak ada, tiba-tiba jam setengah 8 ini barusan keluar. Tadi pagi itu nggak ada. Nggak pada nanti dia pasti nyari saya lah. Dia kayaknya baru banget tadi pagi ini masukin. Tapi mestinya dia tahu kan ruangannya di sini mestinya, tapi nggak hadir. Oh, ada kelas harusnya pagi ini juga sama dia itu.
kelas IMK.
Oh, nah, yes, nanti. Ini saya pindah dulu aja. Ini udah konsensus yang teman-teman di sini dulu, yang memang sudah berhak. Awalnya kan memang sudah terdaftar ya. Saya ganti dulu ini ke daftar. Agak susah. Ini yang Maret ya. Sebentar. Give me a moment. Biasanya ngaturnya di komputer nih. Saya butuh penyesuaian sedikit. Ganti hari Rabu. Waktunya jam 3 sore. Oke ya, Rabu ya. Deal ya. Selesai, sudah saya set. Kita ketemu hari Rabu. Okay, sure. Nah, sekarang let's open our MyTest classroom. Let's visit our MyTest classroom. Ini nanti berarti Danin, panggilnya siapa? Dani. Minta tolong ke dosen walinya untuk menyetujui. Sudah sepakatan sama Pak Azik bahwa kelasnya diganti jadwal. Sehingga untuk Bu Diana dapat, untuk ini dapat ya. Oke, so it should be no problem for you. Oh, by the way, I think I need to get to know you one by one. Who's Haidar? Haidar or Yusuf? Irul. Irul. And then which one's Mikhail? Mikhail or Arya? Kyle. Yusuf. Okay, Irul, Kyle. And I think I should call you Arya. Which one is Arya? You are Arya. Oh, Wira. Wira. And I should pronounce it with a instead of a. Is that? Or Wira? Oh, Wira. Okay. Fauzan. And Dani. Dani or Ahmad? Danin. Okay. Nice to know you. Let's open our MyTest classroom page. Start responding with I give you some moments, 5 minutes to read the general brief of this course. Silakan dibaca dulu 5 menit deskripsi umum dari mata kuliah ini. Nanti monggo sekalian, ini kayaknya urutannya perlu saya agak sedikit ubah. Di bawahnya deskripsi umum itu ada RPS, ada learning plan atau rencana pembelajaran semester. Bisa dipindah ya? Oh, angel gawe komputer. Ya, gawe iPad angel. Itu bisa dibaca juga kalau sudah selesai baca deskripsinya. Learning plan. Okay, now let's talk. I may continue by opening the learning plan. These official documents given by the department in our study program expose or explain the some of learning outcomes that you need to pay attention to. Okay. Teman-teman perlu perhatikan supaya nanti bisa maksimal waktu menempuh perkuliahan SAS di perguruan IMK ini. Perhatikan betul sebenarnya apa sih tujuan kita ikut kuliah ini. Keluarnya pengennya apa yang dicapai. Itu yang perlu ditanamkan. Dan ini sebagai tambahan informasi dibandingkan dengan kurikulum yang dulu ada IMK, sekarang ya juga ada IMK. IMK yang dulu itu terlalu praktikal, jadi malah membebani teman-teman mahasiswa. We have a lot of things to do, a lot of assignments like that. In the previous curriculum, we have to do a lot of paperwork to create design for 2D applications. Licensing for 2D applications. Back then. But now in our new curriculum, we will apply how to say that, sesuatu yang nggak terlalu berat, lebih enteng. It's light enough for you to accomplish. Tugas-tugasnya less or even no code at all. Okay. Kita nggak ada writing code, jadi mungkin beberapa kapan apa yang nanti saya akan minta teman-teman sebagai output report adalah dokumen saja, presentasi dan dokumen. Ya. Seperti yang tampak di CPMK ini. Oh, atau mungkin saya bawa yang mending melihat yang di anomalan kayaknya. Yang di classroom tadi lebih enak dilihat. Ya, dokumennya saya buka di new tab aja. Ini capaian pembelajarannya. So the students will learn how to analyze and discuss the importance of user-centered design in creating interactive software. Please pay attention to this keyword. Maybe some of you have created softwares in your previous courses, but perhaps that software is not interactive. It's not meant for people to operate. That's very possible. Aplikasi program kalau kita mau, bisa aja kita membuat, kita ngoding itu cuma sekedar kayak bikin bot misalkan, atau bikin cron job misalkan, atau bikin otomasi misalkan. Itu kan nggak butuh ada aksi dari usersnya. Nah itu di luar scope kita. Interaksi manusia komputer itu hanya nanti kalau kita mau menyentuh aspek program aplikasi, itu hanya aplikasi yang bersifat interaktif. What is interactive applications? It means that it requires or not it requires, it incorporates or involves it involves human beings as its operator, its agent. So to change the state of the application, we need an agent, we need human beings to do that. So it's not automatic process, it needs somebody to interact with that software. That's why we call it interactive software. It can be web applications. And in fact, if we build a web-based application, in many cases, they are interactive software. Aplikasi web, aplikasi berbasis web. Karena memang tujuannya dia taruh di browser, dan pastinya nanti adalah untuk users membaca, at least membaca. Walaupun satu arah, membaca itu bagian dari interaksi juga. Kita juga harus mengetahui mengenai visual design dan sebagainya. Bagaimana tampilan dari website itu ke usersnya, itu kita pikir betul di IMK ada caranya, ada dasaran untuk bisa belajar mengenai bagaimana membuat supaya interaksi software itu ketemu dengan ekspektasi user, sehingga nanti ada ujungnya. Karena kita ingin mengetahui alasan dan betapa pentingnya dari itu UI untuk interaksi software, itu ujungnya apa? Pada akhirnya kita ini produknya. Kita ingin sebagai luaran, kita ingin bikinkan UI yang benar-benar suportif untuk interaksi software. Itu goals. Terus yang kedua, ini harapannya ya, kita bisa mendapatkan ini. Jadi setelah lulus dari kuliah ini harus paham betul gimana sih teknisnya, strateginya, supaya interactive software will be usable, will be functional as expected by the users. Okay. And then we have a learning outcome number 2. In this learning outcome, we encourage students to learn how to model conceptual, to know about what's so-called conceptual models. So conceptual models, in short, is kind of the way of the computer thinking about the users. It's kind of weird thinking about this definition, but I will explain about that in more detail. And then number 3, we will learn some of what so-called natural interactions. What is natural? What does it mean? We will learn some of the kind of the best practices in designing the UI that finally support the users to naturally interact with the software. So that's called the natural interactions. And natural doesn't mean it has something to do with the green environment and stuff. It's nothing like that. Natural means intuitive. Natural means when you ask somebody to operate or to control your user interface on your software, they directly know how to do that without the system tell them how to do that. We do not need to provide user manual. We do not need to provide help, such as instructional text, etc. They just know how to do it. Intuitive. That's natural. That's natural. And then, don't worry. Even though I say that this is to create a simple software prototype, it doesn't mean that you need to write any codes. It's not at all. I will give you some choices here. You can use prototyping tools like Figma if you think that it's more convenient for you. But it's not required if you think that I don't want to spend some time to learn Figma. I just want to write it on paper. That's fine. You can write it on paper, or maybe you are already familiar with some vector editing tools like Corel or Illustrator or some other editing tools, maybe Inkscape, etc. You are free to do so, or maybe you have a passion in video editing. You want to give a glimpse to the users about how to use or how will your software work through a video animation, then you're welcome to do so. I encourage you use your own creativity and your way to express and to tell your stakeholders, in this case mainly are the users, to know about how your software works and how they should interact with that software. Okay, so that the prototypes in this manner. All right, and while designing or creating that prototype, I will guide you to ensure that your prototype is abide by or complying with the what's called heuristic points or heuristic evaluations. There are several madhab or several scholarship in heuristics, but the most I'm just going to use the most popular one, which is Jacob-Nielsen heuristics. There are 10 heuristic points that you need to provide to support natural or intuitive interactions on your interactive software. And then I will need you to also be able to conduct user study, an experiment that the goal is to get to know whether your users know how to use the applications. It's like a kind of validation. So you have a prototype, you have a product. You claim that those products are usable. Those products will be successful in the market. Despite that, you have a very strong and confident claim on that software that you've on our software, the prototype that you just created. You need to validate that through user study. Okay, you need to gather user feedback, and that's also going to be one of the learning outcomes that I expect you to at least understand how to do that and report the results. And based on these 5 learning outcomes, you may check on our learning plan. By the end of the plan, you may check in here. This is the assessment that we will use. Not this one. Sorry, this one is just for the final project. This one. The assessment that we will apply to our course. So we have presence, 10%, individual task, twice. Okay. The first one is it's kind of doing some survey, finding problems in particular domains of your interest. Because yang pertama ini lebih kayak nanti saya minta tolong teman-teman masuk ke kayak apapun dalam kehidupan kalian yang menurut kalian tertarik untuk bisa explore di situ. Kalian mau sertakan komputer di dalam sebagai part of solution. Ya. Sertakan komputer itu artinya ya juga nanti pasti kalian ada software berapa ya di sini. Ada komunitas, ada apa, atau mungkin kalau kalian mau nembak ambisius juga silakan. Jelas domainnya silakan tentukan dulu. Dan itu nanti ini tugas pertama langsung saya minta pekan depan. Teman-teman harus bisa berkenas. Siap. Nggak harus bikin animasi yang wah dan sebagainya. Kalian mau bikin personal vlog gitu juga boleh. Kalian mau bikin video di rekaman taruh tidak harus dipakai. Kalau mau taruh di alis itu kalian taruh di TikTok kalian dan sebagainya, linknya ditaruh di langsung saya akan buatkan assignment ya. Yang intinya kalian mencoba melihat lingkungan. You should try to check on your surroundings. Find some problems that you think that I think this problem can be solved or can be at least the difficulty in there can be mitigated through the use of information technology. And there are many domains that we can explore. the most popular one nowadays is healthcare. Entah itu yang berhubungan dengan langsung dengan penyakit yang fisik atau yang sekarang lagi kita kan whatsoever. Jadi banyak banget hal-hal yang bisa dieksplor di healthcare, dari yang kejiwaan maupun yang fisik. That's healthcare, or maybe you want to explore more in sport, or maybe you have some hobbies that you think in particular would be interesting. I can bring the IT solution to that. Explore in your own way. Okay, so it's going to be the first mission that you need to accomplish by the second. Sure, that will be fine. That will be very nice. Actually, I even in here do not particularly require you to have those kind of survey. It's just based on your subjective view. So it's your personal view. If you think that that's good, then you just write it down. But if you can back up your claim, back up your kind of your catch in the situation. You say that this is a problem, and then you prove it through survey. You ask your friends as well here, not only you, and as a result, your friends also agree on your views, on your opinions that this is a problem and we can solve it. That's going to be very good. Can make it. I really appreciate it. Okay. So it's going to be our second meetings tomorrow. I'm sorry, next week. It doesn't have to be video. If you think that I'm going to choose to just present it live in front of the class, then you didn't need to record. Maybe some of you have some like a problem with the public speaking. I prefer to have a on-demand video instead. You can record it at home, and then during the class, you can just play it. Okay. You have some problems. You have two choices of presentation style or presentation method. Okay. And then the second task will be presented at week 5. So at week 5. So you will need to write a report in PDF or in video about feedback cycle. Of course, you do not know what was that feedback cycle. I will explain that in the meeting number 3 and 4. So you can have you may have an idea what to do for this second assignment. Okay. It is yet another individual assignment. But in here, I would like you to relate your work in your second assignment with the problem that you defined in the first assignment. So it should be something relevant. So it means that you need to pay attention to the problems. So make sure that the problems make you enthusiastic to dig more. Okay. Jadi gunakan kesempatan untuk satu pekan ini benar-benar cari masalah yang benar-benar bikin kalian passionate banget ingin cari solusi. Ya. Boleh di domain apapun, domain personal dari sekitar kalian atau mau cari yang domain yang bersifat publik umum juga boleh. Oke. Itu nanti akan menjadi bahan untuk yang tugas yang kedua juga. Perlu kita sambungkan ya. We need to connect the dots. And then in week 7 and 8 we will invite you to have a final project proposal. Since we only have 5 students in here, so maybe I thank you that we should still have at least two teams. Okay, so maybe one team will consist of 2 members, the rest will be 3 members. So please decide yourself. It's going to be a group. Okay, so this is going to be a group assignment. Okay, starting from here is a group assignment. So you need to discuss with your friends. And in week 8, we will have a short quiz, a simple quiz, reflecting on what we have learned from the first half of our semester. Jadi kita akan punya tes kognisi ada kuis, kata saya biasanya akan pakai kabut untuk mengukur pemahaman rekan-rekan sekalian, teman-teman, atas materi yang sudah kita pelajari selama paruh semester yang pertama. Oke, okay? And then the final project. What is the final project? By this week, so we will need to have some progress report actually. So I will give you an opportunity in, for example, in week 10, week 12, to report your progress. So this is to make sure that you work on your progress properly and on track. Because if you do, I do not do that, usually you didn't do anything, you do not do anything, it's just like putting everything that you should finish at by the end of the semester. That's can be very painful for you. Jadi harapannya ini supaya nggak mendahului. Saya ingin nanti ada progres pekan 10, pekan 12, saya tanya progresnya seperti apa, itu berkaitan dengan penilaian proyek akhir. Yang proyek akhir ini pada dasarnya berdasarkan pada proposal yang ada di pekan ke-7 tadi, yang digagas oleh tim. Ya. Jadi 2 tim, seperti apa formasinya. Dan prototipe di sini, saya mengatakan tadi kita tidak berbicara tentang software yang jadi. Saya nggak minta teman-teman untuk bikin software. Saya cuma minta teman-teman bikin prototipe. Tapi tentunya prototipe itu teman-teman perlu mengukur visibility. Itu memang mungkin gitu loh, diterapkan dengan teknologi yang ada sekarang. Jangan tiba-tiba ngasih ini agak kasar. Mestinya ini bikin relevan, maksud saya bisa paham maksud saya seperti apa. Jadi ingin nyari solusi, tapi solusinya itu misalkan melibatkan mesin waktu, atau melibatkan teleportasi, enggak. Teknologinya sekarang belum ada. Jadi kalian boleh nyari info-info mengenai teknologi terkini, walaupun itu sebenarnya impossible kalau misalkan kita mau kerjain di Indonesia, di kampus kita nggak ada fasilitasnya, tapi menurut kalian itu possible karena teknologi sudah ada, at least sudah di riset gitu, maka monggo silakan. Jadi kuantum teknologi, kuantum computing dan sebagainya. Tapi itu perlu disertakan nanti. Jadi technical detailsnya ini perlu itu gitu untuk solusi. Nah di sini nanti tetap fokus kalian. Ini kita akan bikin produk. Fokus kalian itu harus you should still to focus on how to bring your IT solution. So it's not just technology, but it's specifically information technology in your IT solution into your prototype. Dan prototype sekali lagi ini tidak harus malah saya pinginnya jangan cuma sekedar software yang nanti dijalankan di layar. Gunakan imajinasi kalian seluas mungkin. Misalkan gini, kita sekarang ada di the world of AI. Teman-teman kalau mungkin mengikuti hype AI sekarang, itu sudah mulai banyak device-device yang model interaksinya itu, mesin-mesinnya itu model interaksi dengan manusia tidak perlu lagi harus melewati multitouch, tidak harus melewati kontak dengan layar, tidak harus melihat layar, tapi sudah mulai benar-benar seperti personal assistant. Ada yang udah nonton videonya Rabbit MQ atau udah tahu demonya Gemini mungkin? Atau at least pasti tahu ChatGPT ya. So you have a personal assistant, it's customized and personalized for you. You may include that solution. For example, gunakan ChatGPT atau asumsikan bahwasanya solusi kalian nanti prototipe itu misalkan bisa mendengar kemauan kita cukup melalui suara. It's a voice input. It's a voice input, but the computer will totally understand what you want and deliver the solutions accordingly. Oke. Contoh liar. Saya kayak misalkan gini. iPad saya nyala. iPad saya sekarang lagi nyala dan saya punya kayak aplikasi yang berjalan di background yang dia setiap waktu itu buka mikrofon saya. Jadi ketika saya ngomong gini, ya saya mungkin nggak iPad juga ya, mungkin ada device yang lain yang lebih benar-benar bisa nyala di dalam daily activity saya, misalkan phone lah, atau mungkin saya punya earphone yang
earphone kalau pasang di telinga saya, dia selain suaranya ngasih dan dengerin musik, tapi dia juga secara mikrofon dia dengerin perintah saya, menangkap apapun yang saya katakan. Ketika saya lagi lapar, saya lapar, tolong pesankan makanan dong. Saya lapar, saya cuma bilang, saya lapar gitu aja. Saya lapar, saya ingin makan sekarang. Udah, cuma ngomong gitu doang. You just say that you are hungry, I'm hungry. Could you help me or please help me to find food and deliver it here now. Udah, cuma ngomong kayak gitu doang. Langsung aplikasi yang di background itu tadi, dia langsung ngecek di database, through the database that you have a very kind of your favorite foods, your favorite diet. And then the application in the background will also check the schedule for the restaurants that provide those diets. Okay. And then after knowing or getting the data about the restaurant, it will also check whether the restaurant is now open or not. If it's open, then it will schedule to order the GoFood or GrabFood for you automatically in the background. And then will automatically also select the current location as the destination when you where you want to receive your foods, and then it's done. You do not need to do anything with your fingers. You just say something what you want. It's just like in the heaven, literally like in the heaven. You want something, and then you just need to, and then the application will report to you. Please wait for 10 minutes. The food will come. Tolong tunggu dalam 10 menit makanan Anda akan datang. Sudah. Responnya komputer cuma gitu doang. And then you will get what you want. The food. That's it. Saya harap nanti teman-teman sudah bisa berpikir ke arah sana. Jadi secara teknologi itu susah ngodingnya. But it's affordable. It's still possible to achieve that with the technology that we have right now. Your task, your job in this final project is just design those scenarios. Can you imagine that? So what is the series of tasks that human should do? What is I mentioned lately is I just need to say I'm hungry. That's all. So you need to specify those actions from the human, and then you specify what the computer should do and list. So that's what I want from your final project, and you should be able to like visualize it as well if it's possible, and it's just like a create a story. So that's the main goal of this final project. And of course, we can have as any imagination as we want, but still during that product development, I will still need you to evaluate your prototype. It means that I know that the technology is not yet there, but I believe that you can discuss it with your friends. Right? You can have a group of people, your classmates or your friends in your surrounding neighborhood, etc. You ask them, I have such idea like this. And in this case, it means that you also need to prepare some questions, and those questions should be carefully selected and designed, carefully designed, because it will determine whether your validation process, this evaluation, is good or not. And I will help you to do that. So designing the questionnaires, designing the questions for, especially for subjective evaluation, is not that easy. There are some rules that we need to follow to make sure that the validity is okay. Internal validity, external validity. Right. I will take some break. Do you have any questions? Maybe 5 minute breaks? Sure. Yes. That we next week. Provide an example like what kind of problem and how do we make it? Yes. Because I'm still not quite understand how we problemnya juga kayak gimana.
Sure, sure, sure. I will give you one example. It's a quite. So let's talk about the recent issues. In our campus, we recently heard the news about some of our friends get the car accidents, etc. So that's problem, right? So it means that we have a problem in transportation domain or in a traffic domain in this campus, in campus traffic. Or if you might know that when we talk about car accidents, it may lead to the concern of what so-called safety riding. Okay, safety riding. So that's the domain. Okay. Now, for example, for that particular task or assignment number one, then I will state that I would like to solve a solution in safety riding domain. Safety riding domain. Saya ingin ini pernyataan saya bahwa di tugasan pertama saya ingin menyelesaikan masalah di domain bagaimana berkendara yang aman, terutama di dalam kampus ITS. Nah, saya dengan menyatakan seperti itu, kemudian saya akan memecah solusi-solusi yang memungkinkan. Bukan solusi, beberapa masalah yang memungkinkan. Bagaimana supaya tidak terjadi lagi kecelakaan? Supaya kita bisa mengurangi angka cedera, angka bahkan meninggal dunia dan sebagainya di lalu lintas di dalam kampus. Salah satu nanti saya akan ajarkan itu bagaimana cara menganalisis yang baik. Tapi nggak apa, ini sementara pakai naluri kalian dulu. Jadi kalian mencoba memecahkan masalah dan sebenarnya apa masalahnya itu nanti jadi tugas pertama ini. Contohnya saya mengatasinya berarti dengan bahwa memang kendala dengan kenapa kok terjadi why did so many students or not only students but also faculties are involved in a car accidents, etc. Kenapa kok mereka berada dalam situasi kena kecelakaan dan sebagainya itu? Di antaranya adalah kurangnya kepedulian masyarakat di dalam kampus untuk berkendara yang baik. Nah, sekarang kita detailkan berkendara yang baik itu harusnya seperti apa? Ya, misalkan perlu pastikan pakai helm, perlu pastikan berjalan di kecepatan yang sudah disepakati maksimum berapa, misalkan 20-30 km per jam. Oke ya, kan kita bisa define tuh banyak tuh. Breakdown kita bisa breakdown terus apa lagi? Misalkan jangan pakai HP saat berkendara, baik mobil maupun sepeda motor. It should be not allowed. Nah, sekarang kita perlu berpikir gimana cara kita mengubah atau meningkatkan awareness atau mengubah perilaku dari para pengemudi, mahasiswa ataupun dosen di dalam kampus untuk lebih aman dalam berkendara. Ini sebenarnya banyak hal yang bisa dieksplorasi. Sekali lagi saya kasih satu contoh ya. Nanti boleh di tugas kalian tuh kalian berikan langsung solusi kayak possible solutions, that's fine. Nanti makanya kita perlu akan banyak diskusi dan mungkin ketika nanti pertemuan kedua itu ketika assignment sudah kalian buat, kalian punya presentasi gitu ya. Makanya penting nanti ya kalian punya poin-poin yang ingin disampaikan atau kalau misalkan takut lupa mending rekaman video aja biar enak. Nah, nanti saya pastinya akan kasih feedback. I will give you some feedback so we can further improve your problem domains as well as your solutions. Okay, I will be back to the domains that I've just talked about. Jadi kalau misalkan kita ingin banget meningkatkan atau mengubah perilaku mahasiswa dan dosen supaya mereka berkendara di dalam ITS kurang dari 30 km per jam, kan itu ada ya sudah ragu-ragunya. Cuman nggak banyak yang nggak mengabaikan, karena mungkin contohnya seperti kita kalau sudah telat ya pasti mau nggak mau nih harus buru-buru segera ke kelas gitu kan, sudah nggak peduli dengan aturan dan itu pun nggak ada yang nilang ya, makanya kan nggak ada enforcement. Nah, berarti ini ada satu hal berarti yang harus diselesaikan, bagaimana caranya enforcement ini atau satu motivasi bisa diterapkan di proses berkendara tadi. Di antaranya ini solusi yang mungkin kita wujudkan adalah dengan kita bisa asumsikan, dan ini kita boleh berandai-andai, tidak harus ini diwujudkan di masa sekarang. Ya, solusinya tidak harus diwujudkan di masa sekarang. Saya pakai asumsi bahwa saya di masa mendatang, dalam 5-10 tahun mendatang, orang udah gak pakai HP. Tapi ini kajiannya ada, it's for real, scientifically proven that in the future we will move from the mobile phone as one of our primary medium to interact with the computers. We move to the space, what's so-called spatial computing. So whenever we want to interact with the computer, with the software, we will just tapping into using our air gesture, like doing this way, or maybe just using our voice input, just like giving some example. And in that case, I may imagine in the future that people like you, even though you do not wear glasses right now, you should wear glasses in the future. And in that glasses, you may view an augmented visuals, for example, like that. And that augmented visuals are based on my ITS platform, for example. So when you log into your devices and then you drive your vehicle, your cars, your motorcycles, when you are under 30 kilometers per hour, you may see coins on the road and you can collect it. And when you collect that within and you reach some amount of the money, you can redeem that to the cafeteria for lunch, for example. So by doing this, we motivate our students and faculties to always drive under 30. And when they do not, when they exceed 30 kilometers per hour, the coins gone. They cannot see the coins, they cannot collect them. And then additionally, if they pass the 30 kilometers per hour, or maybe they were known by the campus security, not wearing helmet, and then the campus security can snap them as a proof and then mark them as getting penalty. And this penalty may affect their maybe some score scam or whatever it is that, or maybe the coins that they collect is reduced, etc. So we apply this, and then so that by doing this, we may improve the awareness of the people in ITS to ride more safety. Can you imagine that? So you do that kind of story, and indeed what I've just told you is a story of a solution in some specific domains that you're writing that incorporates IT. It's part of solution.
So it's okay that we like imagine what could be.
Yes, for sure. And as I said that solusinya tidak harus sesuatu yang memang harus sekarang diimplementasikan. Tapi kalau memang kamu mau kerja yang sekarang bisa langsung diimplementasikan juga boleh. Kalau misalkan itu kayak saya barusan jelaskan itu kan sebenarnya kayaknya nggak mungkin di-coding sekarang. Karena kenapa kok nggak bisa di-coding sekarang? Karena kita tahu banget bahwasanya our markets still do not have such devices. But in the future, we already know from the scientific reports that we will move from the mobile computing to the spatial computing. So we know that this is affordable and it is fine and it is good even. Because it means that we already prepare for that. So we design the interactions already. It's just a matter of time that we will later design the solution practical. Jadi bayangkan. Di sini saya benar-benar mendorong teman-teman untuk bisa berkreasi seimajinatif mungkin menerapkan ilmu yang sudah diterima selama ini tentang information technology. Dan nanti saya tentunya pada waktu sudah masuk ke ranah tugas akhir proyeknya itu, saya akan minta teman-teman untuk juga mendetailkan sampai database-nya kayak gimana, arsitektur sistemnya kayak gimana, dan tapi tentunya juga akan saya ajarkan supaya bisa terang. Tapi sekali lagi tidak perlu sama implementasi, tapi mungkin tahu how to build a solution for that. Any questions?
Untuk reportnya apa kayak paragraf doang atau bisa ada Boleh chapter-chapter. Kalian saran saya, kalian minta tolong GPT bikinkan structure. Kalian nulis random dulu, nanti suruh minta GPT bikin structure, terus kalian ngomong sesuai dengan structure. It's very helpful. You should embrace GPT as part of your friends to to provide to present this assignment. No worries about that. I do not restrict you to use GPT. Nanti kalau sudah dapat strukturnya, atau minta GPT sekalian minta tolong buatkan scriptnya. Jadi kalian waktu bikin video sudah langsung lancar ya. But this is the additional requirement since you are in an English class. So I beg you that you should try your best to express your idea in English. So you give us an example like use so that you can help say yes. So there's a technology like sorry, it's not the text story. Snoring, sure. Yeah. So can I add like, and maybe in the future they have like detection that I'm sick, flu. Yes, for sure. So it can be an example. Can be an example. And I think it's about it. And I also know that there are many scientific papers already mentioned about the possibility that we can build sensors in our body. I'm not quite sure about nowadays consumer and smartwatches, whether it can provide you precise results of health condition, but I think in the future it's very possible. Yeah, sure, we can do that. Very well. Any more questions? Okay. If you think that you need to ask me any further questions, you can contact me at my email. My first name at its.ac.it. And if you need to have a verbal discussion, or maybe also need to meet me in person in laboratory or via Zoom, you can book me at its.it/book or /book Hokage. You can type there in browser, and then you can book me. I think it's 30 minutes time for as long as I have time there, it should be green, so you can select the time accordingly. Maybe I can give you some what I've just mentioned. /book like this. Your email is at its.ac.it. My first name its. Now you need to sign in or continue as a guest. Okay. Sign in with your ITS. If you sign in using your ITS account, once you book me for an appointment, the system will give you some reminder. Don't forget that you need to meet me using Zoom or using or meet me personally in the laboratory. Okay, and now let me. Sir, tadi my its.id/book. Oh, its.id/book. Nggak pakai AC, its.id/book. Okay, now I would like to talk about. So before I believe we can finish our class at 9 a.m. Okay, so we can finish earlier. I just need you to make sure that next week you have something to present, okay, with respect to any problem domains that you would like to explore. Okay, now let me ask you a question. So very it will help you to understand the basic of a human computer interaction. So suppose that
And by the way, when I say computer, it doesn't have to be personal computer. It doesn't have to be desktop PC. Your smartphone is a computer. Okay, your smartwatch is computer. This air conditioner even maybe it is smart. If it is smart, it has some sensors, IoT, etc. It can respond to several programmatical approach. There's some API there. That's a computer. Okay. There are a lot of things that you can call computer basically. Nowadays, I think it's like a ubiquitous. Everywhere is very easy now to find computers. Now, for example, if I talk about this iPad. When I try, my question is, in your opinion, when I try, let's say, I opened the learning plan back then, so that I got this page. In your opinion, what things did I interact with actually? What things did I interact with? Tadi saya membuka halaman RPS, rencana pelajaran semester, learning plan aplikasi. I did something, right? Dalam pendapat kalian, sebenarnya saya tadi berinteraksi dengan apa? With the script. And from yes. The website, very good. The learning plan icon, very good. You goes to be more now I can imagine that. Okay, we have a human being here. This is us. Okay, and you said that I've just interacted with the screen, right? So let's say that this is the first layer. I interacted with the screen. Did I really interact with the screen? And then you come up with another layer with the web browser, right? The browser, the website, sorry, the web application. So you have a web application. We may say that it's under the screen, maybe. So this is the web app. And you go more specifically that I've just clicked the, what was that? The learning plan icon, right? You said that it's learning plan. I go more deeper and to be more specific things. So it's a learning plan. Methods. But in fact, primarily, I didn't interact with these things consistently. But actually, I interact with the goal or my aspiration. So I just want to open learning plan document. Okay. So this is the things that I am interacting with actually. And the rest are just mediums. Okay. This whole thing, we call it interaction. Okay, all together. You as a human have some interaction with this task. In the middle, you will be assisted by user interface. This is a medium. Your job in this course is not only designing user interface. Nope. You should design the interaction, which means you're not only talking about the mediums that the person should go through, not only about talking about the visual aspects of the website design, but you also should provide story or the several steps consisted or contained in the interaction. So you should only also present what would we do with the screen. Should we touch it? Should we snap it, or should we just overlay it with some hover action? Now, what's about the web app? What should we do with the web app? What should we do with the button, etc.? So those specific actions should be also defined. Paham ya? Jadi yang kita kerjakan di perkuliahan ini bukan cuma sekedar membuat atas muka pengguna, tapi kita juga mendesain, kita harus mampu menceritakan story penuhnya, cerita penuhnya tentang apa yang harus dilakukan oleh manusia itu untuk mencapai goalnya, tujuannya ini sampai selesai. Betul. Makanya tadi saya menceritakan mengenai when I told you that I want to order, I'm hungry. Actually, I want to order. Then you need to really specify that what should the users do specifically and how, using voice inputs or using his fingers kinesthetically or any other means. Or even just maybe in the future, this is another wilder imagination. Google it. It's called Neuralink by Elon Musk. Yes, brain BCI. Not BCI, brain computer interaction, if I'm not mistaken. Neuralink by Elon Musk. The last update I've received, this technology can help monkeys to control honking. Monkey, we can help monkey. So the monkey do not need to do anything, or also in this case human later. We just need to dream of something, and then it comes. It's really like in the heaven, literally in the heaven. But that's fine as long as later, if you by the end of this course really want to bring this. The solution to bring this approach to your solution means that you want to use this brain computer interface to your solution. You need to make sure currently the latest achievement of that brain computer interaction is up to what? Up to which state? Maksud saya walaupun kita mengetahui nanti itu sekarang sudah memungkinkan kalau kita menggunakan alat yang langsung membaca otak kita. Tetap nanti teman-teman harus perhatikan membacanya itu sampai sebatas apa? Cuma true and false atau cuma sekedar membaca intention atau sudah seperti yang dilakukan oleh GPT sekarang benar-benar memahami konteks apa yang kita tuliskan. Itu perlu nanti secara batasan teman harus bisa mendetailkan juga ya. Terlepas tadi saya bilang kan boleh menggunakan imajinasi apapun selama teknologi sudah ada, tapi teknologi juga perlu kita harus cek update-nya dia sudah bisa apa aja, ya kita sebatas itu aja dulu. Lalu yang sesuatu yang masih belum terbukti secara saintifik, ya itu saya juga mengarahkan seperti itu. Okay, so this is a quite important concept that we need to understand. Do you have any question? I think this is the end of our meeting. Next week we will meet you at which day? Wednesday. Very good. At what time? At 3. So, at 3 p.m. Very good. Okay, 3 p.m. Where? Giga lab. In which floor? On which floor? Third floor. Okay.
Sir, I contacted with
So what did he say?
dia bilang nggak jadi ikut soalnya dia ngambil kebanyakan.
Okay.
Terus tadi kayaknya pas mau apa yang kata sama bapak mau bilang mau ngedrop gitu.
Oh, kok aneh? Jam 7:30 baru ambil sekarang udah mau drop.
Aku barusan saya WA bilangnya itu
Kalau ya, sure, no problem. Oke, terima kasih semuanya. Kita ketemu pekan depan ya. Good morning, assalamualaikum.